This is Adventure for the Atari 2600, and this game is important in many ways. It is a lot of firsts in the video game world, and it's a fascinating game. It's a very fun game to play. It's also challenging even today, considering when this game was released, which was 1979. And to put that in perspective, that was a year before fax machines were available to the public, and 2 years before the camcorder was available to the public, and most people had rotary phones with dials on them. They didn't even have buttons on telephones. Now, this game may look crude, but let me explain what's going on here. You are that block, that square block that changes colors depending on the background of your room, and that's just a technical limitation. They couldn't make you a different color than the background, because this entire game was only 4K. It's 4 kilobytes of data for the entire game. Now, the brief game synopsis is this. You're that black square which represents an adventurer, and you are in this adventure world where there are 3 castles: a yellow castle, a white castle, and a black castle. All 3 castles are locked, and there's a corresponding key to each castle, and the corresponding key is the color of the castle. There is a bat that deviously runs around and steals stuff from you and switches things. And there are 3 dragons. Each dragon has a little bit varying level of difficulty. There is a sword, a bridge, which is that blocky looking purple thing you're looking at now, a magnet which attracts all different items in the game, actually any item you can pick up in the game, and there's a chalice, and the goal of the game is to find the chalice without getting eaten from a dragon, and which just happened to me there. You can see me in the belly of the dragon. Find the chalice and bring it back to the yellow castle. That's the whole goal of the game. Now, this game was really innovative in many different ways, which I kind of briefly stated earlier. And one of those ways is, you can see I just died a few moments ago when I was eaten by the dragon, and I hit the reset button on the Atari, and this is a crude way to continue the game. All the items were left exactly where they were dropped. The only thing that happens is you reset from your spawn point at the castle, the yellow castle, and all the dragons are resurrected from the same areas they died in, if they were dead at all to begin with. Aside from being the first action-adventure game of any kind on a home console, which makes it like the predecessors to things like Zelda and Final Fantasy, and it has all the common elements of all those games, just on a very crude level. This game also had the very first Easter egg, and that's very interesting, and I will show the Easter egg at the end of this review. I'll show you how to get the Easter egg and what it looks like. But back to the gameplay. The brief synopsis I gave you of how to play the game is for the regular game mode, which is actually game mode 2. And there are 3 game modes. Game mode 1 is like a beginner's level. There's only about half the map there, and it's very simple. Game mode 2 is the main core game. Game mode 3 is the same as game mode 2, except for the items are placed in random order in random locations, which can make the game difficult or impossible, because by a glitch in programming, it allows the yellow key to sometimes be placed inside the yellow castle, making it impossible to complete the game. But enough of that. I captured the chalice, bringing it back to the yellow castle, and this game has an ending, which was also the first of any game of its ever to have an ending, as you see. And now for the Easter egg. You have to, it's best to do this with all the dragons killed and locking the bat away in the yellow castle. You go to this little area here in this dark maze, put the bridge there, and get that little gray dot. It's 1 pixel wide. You take it over to the room down 1 screen and right 1 screen of the yellow castle. As long as there's something else on the screen, you take that dot and push against that blinking wall, and there you have, the game is created by Warren Robinett. and that was inserted in there by the game's programmer because Atari was a real motherfucker and refused to allow the game's creators to get credit for any games. They didn't get any kind of profit sharing, any kind of benefits like that, and they weren't even allowed to put their name on the game. So Warren Robinette didn't like that idea and hid his name in the game. And there you have it. A lot of firsts, and this game is fantastic. You should definitely pick it up. Definitely give it a try. It's a piece of video game history. I'm Dommy for Classic Games Revisited. Until next time.